Hello everyone. We're going to go ahead and take you through a step-by-step on how to put together your playing card drawings. So the first thing I'm going to need is the 5x5 square piece of paper. Also too, and this is actually on our Schoology website, it's just a printout of various face cards from a deck of cards. We're going to use this to extract no less than 5 different images and objects from these cards to make a really fun composition. Now, we talked a little bit about this in class. When you do put together a composition, make sure that you change the size of your objects, have them overlap, and also to have them go off the edges. Those are things that really kind of make a composition fun and enjoyable to look at, and it will really turn out nice for this project. So the first thing I want to do is I want to look through these cards and find some objects that kind of stand out to me. Ones that I think, will be pretty good. Now, they can be simple, but they can also be a little bit more complex. You don't want to make them too busy. If you make them too busy, you really are going to spend a lot of time tracing them out, and it may get a little frustrating. So I'm going to go ahead. I've got this like little leaf shape that I'm going to go ahead and throw in through here. All right, make it nice and big. And I'm going to go ahead. Let's see what else we got here. Oh, there you go. I'm going to go ahead and kind of have an eyeball put in here too. I always like to have kind of the eyes. They're kind of fun to do. So we're going to go ahead and kind of get an eye shape in through here as well. Kind of put this down and through there. Kind of have that loop underneath, okay? And these almost touch right through here. That's okay. That's perfectly fine. All right, let's see what else we got through here. Oh, there we go. We're going to go ahead and do this. All right, I'm going to have a kind of a circular shape from one of these cards. It's going to kind of come out here, just like that. All right, and then let's see a couple more shapes here. Oh boy, let's go ahead. Let's have this shape down here. Be kind of fun. All right, we're going to kind of fill this in. And this one does. This goes off the edge, goes underneath this leaf shape right through here. That should be good. All right, I'm going to add just a little bit more to this one here too. Actually, I got some of these things kind of coming off if you guys noticed. I'm going to go ahead and kind of add that. All right, boom, boom, boom. So I got that in through there. Now, a few other things too. Let's see. You know what? I'm going to go with another leaf shape that I see. I'm going to kind of keep the leaf theme going on here. It's a different leaf. All right, so I'm going to throw that one there. And then the last thing I want to do is this. You know what? I'm going to put a heart shape here, but I'm going to keep it kind of big. All right, here's one of the hearts there. All right, so right now, actually, I've got 6 items. This looks pretty good. It's filled in really nice. Now what I'm going to do is I want to go ahead, I want to take this, okay? I want to flip it over. I want to do something to it called burnishing. Now what that does is it turns this image into a piece of carbon paper. So as I'm doing that, putting that together, we're just going to go ahead and take a little brief. All right, we're back, and I've got this burnished up, ready to go. I'm just going to grab a little piece of tissue, a little toilet paper, and I'm just going to rub this around a little bit. This just kind of spreads out a little bit of the graphite so it doesn't get on your paper when you're ready to go and transfer this. All right, so we've got this taken care of. Now, the next thing I want to do is this. I'm just going to do one quadrant, then I'm going to show you what it looks like on a more completed project here. Is I want to take this, okay, and I want to decide what corner do I want for my middle. Looking at it, I'm thinking I might just go with this one right here. So sometimes it's kind of nice to just kind of pull an X here so you kind of know what's going on with that. I'm going to grab some masking tape, and I'm going to tape down 2 edges that are away from the corner. All right, I'm just going to tape it right to the table. I'm going to put a little piece of masking tape here, a little piece of masking tape right there, and I'm going to take my final paper. It's a 10 by 10 piece of white drawing paper. All right, I'm going to go ahead and get rid of this. I don't need this anymore. And I'm just going to go ahead and slide this underneath this 5x5 piece of paper till it's all the way to the top. So it's nice and flush right with those areas here. Maybe just kind of press that tape down a little bit. And now I'm ready to go ahead and transfer. Now, I use a harder leaded pencil. This happens to be a 2B pencil. An HB or an H works great too. But I'm just going to go ahead and I'm just going to start tracing out all of the lines that I have here. Now, you're going to have to trace this out 4 times. So it does get a little tedious. If you do miss something, you do make a mistake, you can always go back in and just kind of hand do it. That's fine as well. I'm just going to show you what this looks like when I get this traced out. I'm going to go ahead and get some of these things in through here too. All right, then I'm going to go ahead and get my leaves. All right, we're just going to kind of add to this leaf as we go along here too. That's kind of a good idea. All right, I'm going to add this in through here. Oop. If you make a mistake, like I said, you can always go back and change it. It's no big deal. All right, get some of this eyeball done in through here. I'm going to change the eye up a little bit. There we go. That looks better. And I'm just going to go ahead and do this other leaf. Goes off the edge. And then finally we're going to finish, I think this is a flower shape if I'm not mistaken. I'm going to finish with this one. And we should be good to go. So I've got that done. I'm going to pull it out of here. And if you can see, I'll kind of hold this up a little bit closer. You can see it transferred really nice. Now you don't have to go over anything, you don't have to make it darker, because our next step is we're gonna go back in and kind of do some shading. But to keep this going, you're gonna repeat this 4 times. So I'd go ahead, once again, shove it right up here, get it nice and flush, and you can see that you got a pattern that's beginning here. Now I notice I forgot a line right here, so I'm gonna add that one in right there. All right, but this is what's gonna happen. This is gonna create our composition. Now, once you have it all traced out, here's what it's gonna look like. I got one here that I did earlier. It's a little different pattern. But here's what it looks like when it's all traced out. All right, you've got all these quadrants, you got this center section here, and it's kind of a kaleidoscope pattern. You want to go in here next and you want to start picking out areas that you can shade. Now, think about not only your positive shapes that you have on here, like you can see I got a flower, I got a leaf, got a hand right here, but also your background. You can also shade in some of your background as well, and that'll work out really nice. So if I go in here and say, well, I'm just gonna start shading in some of this right through at the background, okay? And you can use a 4B, 2B pencils perfectly fine. I'm gonna go ahead and kind of add this through here. Just a little bit of gradation, okay? If you want to go completely dark, you can, but I'm just going to go ahead and darken it up on the edges and have it get lighter. All right, also too, think about shading other things, like maybe you're going to have your fingers. You want to shade those in, okay? This is a great area too to actually use your blending stumps that you have, kind of work some of that in, and that should actually work out pretty good for you, all right? But it's just kind of nice to add a little bit extra value. Now, don't forget too, you can also add some patterns. Some people like to go in here as well, and they say, well, Mr. Krause, what if I do like a little tiger pattern in through here on this petal of this flower here? Absolutely, go for it. All right, patterns are kind of fun to put in here as well. Now, you can have every quadrant be the same, or you can mix it up a little bit too, and you can change things around. All right, here's the thing though, this has to be filled in. All right, you have to have at least 5 different values showing. You can have some areas of white, and you can have some areas that are completely filled in dark. All right, that's perfectly fine, but you should have it filled in, and it should look complete. All right, good luck. We can't see what you create.